What if I told you that the words you speak every single day are designing your future? That every sentence, every thought you express is either constructing the life you desire or reinforcing the limitations you want to escape. The truth is, language is more than just communication, it's an energy, a force that shapes your identity, your beliefs, and ultimately your destiny. Every word you speak is a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious mind, and with enough repetition, it begins to grow into the reality you experience. The language you use is not just a passive reflection of your thoughts, it is the architect of your future. When you say, I am capable, your brain starts searching for evidence to support that claim. When you say, I always fail, your mind works to reinforce that belief as well. Every time you speak, you are giving your subconscious instructions on how to interpret the world and what actions to take next. Your words do not exist in isolation, they create a feedback loop with your mind. What you say influences what you believe, and what you believe determines how you act. If a person repeatedly says, nothing ever works out for me, they are unknowingly reinforcing patterns of failure. Their brain, designed to filter and process reality based on what it expects, will focus on everything that confirms that belief while filtering out evidence of success. Even if an opportunity presents itself, their conditioned mind might dismiss it as luck or coincidence, refusing to recognize that they are capable of winning. But if they begin to change their words, if they start affirming, I am always finding new solutions, their mind will start searching for possibilities instead of obstacles. Science shows that the brain is highly adaptable, constantly rewiring itself based on the thoughts and words you expose it to. This is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections in response to repeated experiences. Every time you say something, you are strengthening a neural pathway. If you frequently use words of self-doubt, you are reinforcing circuits of limitation. But if you intentionally shift to words of possibility, you start building new pathways that support growth, confidence, and success. This is not just theory, it is a process happening inside your brain every single day, whether you realize it or not. Think about the people who consistently use empowering language. They do not wait to feel confident before speaking words of confidence. They tell themselves, I am capable, even when they don't fully believe it yet. And over time, the brain catches up. The neural circuits of self-doubt weaken, and the circuits of confidence strengthen. Eventually, what started as just words becomes a deeply ingrained belief. And once belief changes, actions follow. A person who speaks success into their life starts making different decisions. They take more risks, seize more opportunities, and persist longer because their brain is wired for resilience rather than defeat. The most powerful shifts begin with the smallest changes. If someone has spent years speaking words of negativity and limitation, they will not rewire their mind overnight. But they can start with a single conscious choice. One statement of possibility instead of doubt. One phrase of power instead of weakness. And with repetition, those small shifts compound into a new identity, a new mindset, and ultimately, a new reality. The words you speak are not just sounds, they are signals that create patterns in your brain. Every time you say something, your brain processes it, stores it, and builds connections around it. The more you repeat certain words and phrases, the more deeply ingrained they become in your neurological structure. Your brain is designed to adapt, constantly forming and strengthening neural pathways based on your experiences. And language plays a major role in shaping these pathways. When you repeatedly speak words of doubt, fear, or limitation, you are reinforcing the neural circuits associated with those emotions, making it easier for your brain to default to those patterns in the future. Imagine a pathway in a forest. The more often you walk down the same trail, the more defined it becomes. The brain works the same way. Every time you say, I'm not good enough, you are carving that pathway deeper, making it the easiest and most familiar route for your brain to take. Over time, this becomes automatic, a default response to challenges, setbacks, or new opportunities. But just as the brain strengthens limiting beliefs, it can also build new pathways for empowerment, resilience, and success. When you start speaking words of possibility, your brain begins forming new connections. The first few times you say, I am capable, it might feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. because your neural pathways are used to a different pattern. But with repetition, the brain adapts. It forms new circuits, strengthening the ones that align with confidence, optimism, and belief. The more you reinforce these thoughts, the easier it becomes for your brain to access them, eventually making them the default. This is the process of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated input. Your words are not just descriptions of reality, they actively shape how your brain perceives and responds to the world. When you tell yourself, I always find a way, your brain starts looking for solutions rather than roadblocks. It filters out distractions and focuses on opportunities that align with that belief. But if you constantly say, I never get lucky, your brain will only recognize evidence that supports that statement, ignoring all the moments where things actually worked in your favor. The language you use directs your focus, and where your focus goes, your energy follows. This process is why some people seem naturally confident and successful. They have trained their brains through consistent language patterns that reinforce growth. They may not have started that way, but by intentionally choosing empowering words, they have built neurological pathways that support success. Even in the face of failure, their brains do not default to self-doubt. Instead, they search for lessons, solutions, and new approaches. By consciously shifting your language, you are not just changing how you speak, you are rewiring your brain, a mental environment where success, resilience, and confidence become second nature. The way you speak about yourself and your circumstances directly impacts the way your brain processes reality. When you constantly use words that reflect limitation, such as I can't, it's impossible, or I'm not good enough, your brain takes those words as instructions. It begins to filter out opportunities, dismiss possibilities, and reinforce the belief that you are stuck. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is repeatedly affirmed. It simply accepts what you tell it and adjusts your perception accordingly. If you say, I never get good opportunities, your brain will scan the environment and focus on all the moments that confirm that belief while ignoring the chances that do exist. But when you shift your words, you shift your perspective. When you begin replacing words of limitation with words of possibility, your brain opens up to new pathways. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I will figure this out. Instead of this is impossible, you say, there's always a way. With each shift in language, you send a new signal to your subconscious mind, instructing it to search for solutions instead of excuses. Over time, this rewires your brain's default response to challenges, making resilience and creativity your natural reactions rather than fear and hesitation. The power of language extends beyond just perception. It influences emotions and physical responses as well. When you use words of doubt and negativity, your brain triggers stress responses, increasing cortisol levels and reinforcing states of anxiety and stagnation. But when you choose words that reflect strength, possibility, and belief, your brain releases chemicals that support confidence, motivation, and action. This is why those who consciously practice empowering self-talk tend to experience higher energy levels, greater focus, and increased resilience in the face of adversity. When you remove words of doubt from your vocabulary, you force your brain to adapt to a new reality, one where success and growth become the expected outcomes. The subconscious mind is always listening, absorbing every word you speak. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not ready, your brain will create hesitation and fear whenever an opportunity arises. But when you affirm that you are prepared, capable, and deserving, your brain begins to construct a reality where those words become true. This is not wishful thinking, it is the science of neuroplasticity in action, where repeated thoughts and words carve deep patterns into the brain, shaping how you respond to life. The shift from limitation to possibility is not instantaneous, but it begins the moment you decide to change your language. Every time you choose words that expand rather than restrict, you strengthen the mental pathways that lead to confidence and action. Over time, the language of success becomes your default, and your brain aligns with the belief that growth is inevitable. The words you speak determine the life you create. And by eliminating limiting language, you give yourself the permission and power to step into a new version of yourself. The subconscious mind is a powerful force that operates beneath the surface of your awareness, shaping your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It does not argue with you. It does not question what you say. It simply absorbs and executes. When you speak, your subconscious listens, records, and integrates those words into your self-concept. If you constantly say, I am not smart enough, I am unlucky, or I never get what I want, your subconscious mind takes those statements as truth and begins shaping your reality around it. It filters experiences, creates patterns, and influences decisions that align with the narrative you keep reinforcing. Your subconscious mind thrives on repetition. It is programmed through repeated exposure to thoughts and language. The more often you say something, the deeper it embeds itself into your identity. This is why negative self-talk becomes a cycle that is difficult to break, because the subconscious mind clings to familiar patterns. If you have spent years reinforcing doubt, fear, and limitation through your words, your mind has built strong neural pathways that make those feelings automatic. But just as it learns disempowering beliefs through repetition, it can also learn empowering beliefs the same way. The moment you begin replacing old, limiting words with new, empowering ones, you disrupt the subconscious programming that has been holding you back. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. It responds to whatever is consistently impressed upon it. If you begin speaking words of strength, success, and confidence even before you fully believe them, your subconscious starts adjusting to this new reality. When you say, I am capable, I always find solutions and opportunities come to me, your subconscious listens and begins aligning your thoughts and actions with those statements. Over time, these affirmations create a shift in perception, allowing you to notice opportunities that were always there but previously overlooked. Your emotions are also closely tied to your subconscious programming. When you speak words of power and possibility, your subconscious mind triggers emotional states that support those words. Saying I am strong activates feelings of confidence. Saying I always find a way creates a sense of determination. These emotional states are not just fleeting feelings, they influence your physiology, your decisions, and the energy you bring into every situation. The more you reinforce empowering language, the more your subconscious mind integrates those beliefs, making them a natural part of who you are. Reprogramming the subconscious mind requires consistency. Changing your words once will not instantly shift your reality, but repetition carves new neural pathways that become stronger with time. Every day, every conversation, every thought is an opportunity to reinforce a new identity. By consciously choosing words that uplift, inspire, and expand your sense of possibility, you train your subconscious to accept a new standard for your life. Eventually, the language of success, growth, and confidence becomes automatic, and your subconscious mind begins working in your favor rather than against you. The energy you bring into your words carries a frequency that influences the reality around you. Every word spoken is more than just sound. It is a vibration that interacts with your emotions, your thoughts, and even the environment you operate in. When you speak with conviction, your words hold power. When you say something with certainty, your mind and body respond in alignment with that energy. The difference between saying, I think I can do this and I will do this, is not just in the words themselves, but in the energy they create. One leaves room for doubt, while the other commands action. The moment you shift the energy behind your words, you shift the way the world responds to you. Your emotions are directly influenced by the words you use. When you speak with doubt, hesitation, or uncertainty, your brain produces a corresponding emotional response, one that aligns with fear, insecurity, and lack. But when you speak with strength and decisiveness, your body releases chemicals that reinforce confidence, clarity, and determination. This is why some people can walk into a room and instantly command attention. It is not just about what they say, but the energy behind their words. Their conviction creates a ripple effect, influencing the way they are perceived and the way others respond to them. Your body reacts to your words as well. When you say, I am tired, your physiology responds by amplifying the exhaustion. When you say, I feel strong, your nervous system sends signals to support that belief. This is why athletes, performers, and leaders use affirmations before stepping into high stakes situations. They are not just saying words, they are generating energy that prepares their body and mind for peak performance. When you declare something with intensity, your subconscious mind registers it as a command, reinforcing the state of being you are affirming. The world around you is also impacted by the energy of your words. People respond to the certainty you project. When you speak about your goals with confidence, others feel that energy and become more willing to support you. When you communicate a vision with passion, you inspire action in those who hear it. Your words are not just personal affirmations, they create movement in the external world. This is why great leaders, visionaries, and pioneers all understand the importance of language. They do not just say things, they infuse their words with the kind of energy that turns ideas into reality. Every word you speak is an opportunity to either weaken or strengthen your energy. If you choose words that diminish your power, you drain yourself before you even take action. But when you speak with belief, your energy shifts, your confidence rises, and the world responds to you differently. The words you use set the tone for your life, not just in meaning, but in vibration. The stronger your words, the stronger the energy they generate, and the more powerful your ability to shape your reality. The words you choose are not just expressions, they are blueprints for your destiny. Every sentence you speak shapes the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. When you shift your language, you shift your reality. When you remove limitation from your vocabulary, you remove limitation from your life. Your subconscious is always listening, always responding, always aligning with the energy of your words. So speak with intention, speak with power, speak as if your future depends on it, because it does. Every time you affirm your strength, your mind strengthens. Every time you declare your success, your reality bends to meet that expectation. This is not just a mindset shift, this is a transformation. And the moment you decide to change your words, you ignite the power to change your destiny.